It was a Thursday afternoon, the kind where the rain doesn't just fall, it hovers in the air like it's thinking about staying forever. I was wiping down the espresso machine at our little corner coffee shop when the door banged open so hard the bell almost flew off. She walked in like she was being chased, sleek trench coat hair, pinned like every strand had been told exactly where to stand, eyes scanning the room for an exit. Behind her, through the clean glass, I saw them paparazzi stacked along the curb umbrellas like black satellites' lenses hunting for a payday. "Pretend you love me." "For 10 minutes, she said, breathless raindrops catching on her lashes like static sparks. I stared at her. 10 minutes. That's oddly specific. "Because that's all I need to make the wolves bored," she shot back. "And because I don't lie longer than I have to." From the corner, my son Sam looked up from his math homework. "Dad, are we in trouble?" "Not today, buddy," I said, the kind of smile that keeps a kite steady in a storm. I set the towel down, glanced at the wall clock, 5:42, and back at her. I knew that face. Everyone did. Charlotte Kane. The business press called her the Steel Magnolia. Self-made billionaire, relentless, rumored to have frozen out 3 competitors in a single quarter. "Ground rules," I told her. "Nothing that'll make my kid uncomfortable. You follow my lead even if it looks ridiculous." And we stop at 9 minutes and 59 seconds. For the first time since she crashed through the door, something crooked the edge of her mouth. "Deal." I stepped in close, not the kind of close that means trouble, but the kind that says, "You're safe here." Sam lifted his math book like a movie slate. And action. I grabbed a cappuccino tray, held it just so, blocking the worst angles from the cameras outside. They'd see a man leaning in toward a woman, conspiratorial. They'd never know it was really about giving her space to breathe. "You're very good at this," she murmured. "I mop floors," I said, nodding toward the glass. "Tilt your head like you just heard a better story than the one they're selling." She did, and I swear I saw the boardroom steel melt from her jaw just a little. I handed her a cup with a perfect foam heart. "For the photo you didn't ask for, do you hand out props to all your pretend girlfriends?" "Only the one I'm dating for 8 more minutes." When a photographer actually cracked the cafe door, I was there with the tray, polite, firm. "House policy, order or out." Charlotte stepped up beside me, voice clear. "I'm a human being. There's a difference." The door shut. The cameras hissed. By the time she left out the back, I'd already decided I wasn't going to ask her why she needed this. Some things you do because they're right, not because you get the story first. Next morning, she summoned me to a glass-walled boardroom on the top floor of her empire. No cameras this time, just suit screens and a seat left empty for me. 3 weeks, she said. We act like we're together, just enough to steady the narrative before the shareholder meeting. No lies about who you are, no stunts that touch your son. You keep your dignity. I keep my company's blood in its veins. I told her my price real legal help for my custody case. Paid clean straight to the lawyer, no strings. She agreed without blinking. We rehearsed at the cafe, marked spots on the floor where the light would hit right where I could block the worst camera glare with a tray. She asked what we'd say if anyone wanted our origin story. The truth, without the obituary, I said. You came in out of the rain. I handed you a cup. We were kind. That night at the ESG gala, marble floors gleaming like a chessboard, she walked in beside me in an emerald dress that caught the light like a blade. Halfway across the room, her heel broke. I caught her elbow before anyone noticed, steered her out of the spotlight. You carry tools to a gala? She asked, watching me pull a safety pin and a strip of medical tape from my pocket. You carry armor, I said, fixing the heel. I carry repairs. We made it through the night even with Conrad Vale, her smug investor nemesis, waiting at the top of the stairs. I almost didn't recognize you. With help, he sneered. Careful, I told him. You almost sound impressed. A week later, the media spun our appearance into a cheap joke. The janitor boyfriend became a morning show punchline. And then the knock came, Child Protective Services, anonymous tip. The caseworker went through my place like a map, Sam's neat bed homework on the table cocoa in the cupboard. She left satisfied. I knew who'd sent her. So did Charlotte. Conrad's fingerprints were all over it. Not long after I saved one of her projects in a meeting, spotted a structural flaw in the design plans. International partners shook my hand. The next day, blogs twisted it into CEO relies on Janitor for business decisions. I wanted to answer back. She told me not to. You step in front of their cameras, they make you the story, and then they drag Sam into it. She was right. But Sam overheard just enough to think I was ashamed of him. That hurt more than any headline. The second CPS visit was more of the same, my home in order, my kid thriving, but the caseworker warned us about media exposure risk. That's when Charlotte called it. No more public pretending. Better to take the bruise now than let Sam become collateral. A few nights later, Maya, her right hand, traced the smear campaign straight back to Conrad's office. Charlotte didn't wait. She caught him behind a hotel loading dock after an investor gala, recording every word as he bragged about using CPS to spook me. On her way out, she spotted Sam alone, cornered by photographers. She pulled him behind her coat, shielding him all the way to the curb until I got there. You got there, I told her. That's what matters. The next morning, she stood at a podium, no gloss, no spin. She named the smear, named Conrad, handed the evidence to her ethics committee. Then she looked into the cameras and said, Dean Walker is not a prop. He is a father. And I'm sorry I didn't protect him sooner. When she called me up, I didn't talk about rumors or power plays. I just said, every night my title's the same. I'm the guy who checks math homework and warms the milk until the pan sings. Cameras don't make me more of a father. Headlines don't make me less. We keep our promises where the cameras aren't. Within hours, 2 of Conrad's funds opened investigations. A third moved for a no-confidence vote. After the noise died down, she came to me with something real. Quiet rooms for night shift staff in every one of her buildings. A scholarship fund for kids of maintenance and sanitation workers. No plaque with her name on it, just there when it's needed. When CPS officially closed my file, she told me, "You were never a fake boyfriend. Not for a minute. I just took the long way to admit it." Sam read his own story at the cafe that weekend. The Strongest Cup. It was about a man who thought he just cleaned up spills, and a woman who thought she just built castles, and how they learned the strongest cup isn't the one that doesn't spill. It's the one you refill together. The room applauded until it hurt. And for the first time in weeks, I let myself breathe. We started by pretending for the world. We ended by telling the truth to each other. Now I want to know, what do you think? Was she right to go public with Conrad's name, or should she have handled it quietly behind closed doors? Have you ever seen someone use the system to try and break a person and fail? Tell me in the comments, because those stories matter more than the headlines.